force Will to pump out a few more units because now he doesn't know exactly what Zerg has out on the field. Zerg has control of all the Zelnaga towers, and Protoss is actually relatively weak right now. Only one photon cannon up in front. I mean, he has no idea what to expect. There could be another Baneling bus attempt. It could be Roaches, a Roach rush, or it could be rush straight to Buda.
That's right. Very scary right now. Very nice job by Hemlock to have all 4 Zelnaga towers, as you said there, Norm. And now there's some more Zerglings poking right up to the front door. They're going to come and check and see what's going on up here, and they're going to see a couple of sentries and cannons, but that's going to be good for him. And now Burrow and Overlord Speed, perhaps Overlord drops could be coming if we see the drop research begin with Burrow going down. I mean, this main is wide open, could drop plenty of Roaches in the back and then use Burrow really effectively. Although with the Robo facility already out, there's going to be observers, and that's going to be trouble.
Yeah, one observer already almost out, but Hemlock doing such an excellent job. One drone seeing everything in the Protoss base, still alive even, just hiding in the bottom corner. You regained its health, got knocked by a proton cannon just a little bit, but observer actually for Will moving across the field. But Hemlock sees everything, and he knows the plan to counter against Immortal. He did go for a Roach Warren first early, but now going for a Hydralisk then. He's going to need those Hydralisks to take down the Immortals.
Yeah, good choice with the Hydralisks there. Immortals just get romped by Zerglings and Hydras, so Hydras will definitely help here. Range being researched already, so hoping to see, if a Robo Bay goes down, that's going to be the next logical step for the Protoss player to get Robo Bay and start getting Colossus out. And now Will looking around for that drone, and that drone is going to make one last push up here, and he's not really going to see much that he hadn't seen before he's taken down.
Yep. And you know what? With these double Immortals coming out from Will, it's actually, I think, what he did that first game, I want to say, or was it, I think maybe whenever in the previous game. It was against the PvP is what he did with the
right.
double Immortals. It's actually, he's doing this because his Observer sees a ton of Roaches, and Observer actually now sees one Hydra. So he knows Hydras are in play right now, but having so many Immortals could hurt him because they are so expensive. Take up so much gas, 200 gas for 2 of them, 500 minerals actually, and his army actually is not that big.
Yeah, they take up 4 supply as well, and not really an issue getting supply bucked right now. And there is a Robo Bay coming, so Colossus will come out, but he's going to have 3 Immortals by the end of the production cycle here, and there are Hydras continuing to come out right now. Actually, not so much. In fact, actually, I should take that back. Roaches mostly now, just that one Hydra, and now more Roaches in production, so I have to wonder, did he see something that made him think Hydras just weren't going to work, or is he just waiting to max her up on those later?
Not sure, but if you look at the army count right now, 51, actually no, what is it? They're very similar army counts right now, 40, 38, 64. Worker supply over for Hemlock. Hemlock doing a really good job. He has taken his 3rd already in that standard 3rd position that's far away from his natural, and his main and his natural are a little oversaturated, so he's going to be quick to fill that up, and he's getting Aspired. Double Evo Chambers, love it. Love the double upgrades. Having upgrades it will change all the, it will make a difference in battle, and spreading creep, very good.
Yeah, and the Forge, just researching level 1 armor right now, so that's gonna be tough with just one Forge going compared to 2 Evo Chambers with both upgrades almost finished. There goes the Stargate now. We knew we'd see one eventually from Will here. And now Twilight Council also going. Robotics Bay researching Thermal Lance. Colossus is out. So a lot of teching, a lot of researching going on for the Protoss player. And as you said earlier, Norm, not a very big army. There's some Immortals and a Colossus and some Sentries, but the Zerg army is going to start to get out of hand here if he starts pumping out additional Roaches and now 8 Hydras in production.
Well, the problem for the Protoss is this army might not be big, but it's going to be very competent to defend this front. But what that also means is that the Protoss is trapped in his own base. He can't really get out in the open. And if he can't get out in the open, he can't expand. And Hemlock already has his hatchery, 3rd hatchery up. I wouldn't be surprised if he's going for a 4th hatchery right now because he has minerals for it. But once Zerg is 1 or 2 base up on Protoss, they'll be able to reinforce faster. They'll pump up more units, and and with those double Evo Chambers upgrading at level 2 for both armor and weapons, in the long run, that's going to help Zerg so much. It's a very good macro style of play. Protoss, again, spread a little thin. You're forced to be spread thin with the tech. You have to go, Robo, Colossi, Stargate, and Twilight. and pumping a Void Ray out, very standard for Will. And Overlord's going to see all the tech, sees the Twilight Chamber, sees the Stargate, sees the Void Ray. Protoss does destroy the rocks, and he's going for his third right now.
Yeah, this upgrade's going well, and I should correct myself. Protoss player already does have +1 attack, so both players getting the +2s at about the same pace. Zerg will have +2s just a little sooner, but I mean, both players getting those upgrades really quickly, and now Blink being researched, so this game's shaping up a lot like the first game we saw, where there's going to be this kind of death ball for the Protoss with Colossus and Void Rays, and this time a couple of extra Immortals in the mix, and they might do the damage to the Roaches that in game number 1 we didn't see, and that could make the difference here, but Hemlock showed us in game 1 that he could take on this kind of Protoss ball if given the opportunity.
Will's actually doing a very good job hiding that Observer in Hemlock's army. He sees the Corruptors. He knows now that he can't build too many Colossi, or he could go all in and build many Colossi, but with only one robotics facility. He's actually, I think, just halt production on the Colossi. He has the 2 Colossi in his army, but he really doesn't need to build any more with so many Corruptors on the field. He did do the Thermal Lance research. It's going to help, but just take the loss on those minerals and research. He needs to research legs. He has Blink almost done, and Mass Void Ray actually might do pretty well.
Yeah, I think Void Ray would be a good choice right now, as long as he can deal with those Hydras. But the Corruptors too, high Corruptor count, and unfortunately an Overseer came by and the Hydras sniped out the Observer, so no more Observer. And he does need to make sure he gets another one because the Burrow has been researched. So that would be just a critically bad thing to have happen. If at some point during this engagement the Roaches just burrowed and you couldn't see them anymore because you don't have an Observer. And now pathogen glands being researched, so we could see a transition into some Infestors, which would be fantastic. I'd love to see the Infestors with their most recent patch. They just do terrific damage against Stalkers and Colossi, although we don't see that many Stalkers in this army.
Yeah, not a lot of Stalkers. Stalkers are the backbone of a Protoss army, I think, just because you can do so much with the micro.
Yeah, absolutely. The micro, you can just do so much with Stalkers, and now Hive coming down +3 upgrades for the Protoss player, and I believe the Zerg has not quite gotten a Hive yet, so he's not able to get his +3 upgrades.
And sorry about that, got dropped again.
That's okay.
Just wanted to point out that Hemlock is double expanding. Smart move for him. I'm sorry, quadruple expanding.
Holy crap.
Probably the best move for him. He has so many extra minerals. Already maxed out. Both players maxed out. It's all going to be about upgrades. Greater Spire being researched right now. Ventral Sacks. It's going to be about the upgrades. And Hemlock in a very good position to hold that middle. All you need to do is continue spreading creep and keep Protoss on basically 3 base. Pretty much 2 base right now. That main is almost out. And both armies are looking strong. Protoss has a good mix of stronger but fewer units, and Zerg actually retreating back on creep. He needs to be on creep. Very good idea.
Yeah, very good indeed. And I think the issue here, the Protoss is going to have a really good timing window here. His +3 upgrades, if he Chrono Boosts those out, he's going to have +3 upgrades long before the Zerg player, who's just begun the +3s, finish. And the Greater Spire is still a little ways off, so this is going to be very tight timing, but the Protoss is going to have a really good opportunity when his +3s finish because there's going to be no Broodlords most likely, and no +3 for the Zerg player, and that's going to be critical. So let's see if he pushes in once those finish.
Hemlock still, his expansions came out so much earlier that he has so much more money, basically twice as many minerals and twice as much gas. He's going to be able to resupply very, very quickly. Again, this is another perfect opportunity for him to go for an economic harassment. He can sacrifice 1 or 2 of these hatcheries. Protoss is going to go for them just because he has so many of them. But it would be a perfect time right now for him to move down and take out this 3rd base, and take out the Protoss when he's most weakest economic-wise.
I agree completely. And now +3 attack and +3 armor just finishing. This is the moment to make it happen here. No Broodlords yet. It looks like the Protoss is going to make an engagement happen here.
Yep, Colossus is going to do so much damage, and actually 3 Colossus and a ton of Void Rays. Again, Void Rays, really great force field, smashing down the F key, and these Hydras can't really get into the front. Roach is burning up. Protoss is going to take this battle handily, and Hemlock's going to need to reinforce very fast, very soon, right now, because basically all those Colossus survived, all those Corruptors died, and Will is reinforcing with a ton of Stalkers, with Blink.
Yeah, excellent timing right there. I mean, the upgrades were perfect spot on. No Broodlords had come just yet. and you know Hemlock was preparing to get some with the Greater Spire finish, and now 12 Corruptors coming out, but that's it for him. He's just going to have Corruptors and nothing else to deal with this Protoss army.
Yeah, Protoss reinforcing already. The army tab changing to his favor, and he's already taken out one more hatchery of Hemlock, and Hemlock kind of trying to grouping up his army by his natural. And there goes finally more harassment. Not enough sentries here to block off. Corruptor's got to go straight for the Colossi. One does go down. He's going for the Void Rays now. Very smart, taking out this Void Rays before the Void Rays can charge up. There go all the Void Rays down. Second Colossi down. Plenty of Corruptors, and I think it's just going to be Corruptors left.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think he should have pulled those Roaches back and just let there were so many Corruptors, he probably could have just moved in with the Corruptors alone and done a little bit of damage, and then moved in with the Roaches, so that way the Roaches didn't take any additional damage.
He's being smart right now. He's transitioning a bunch of those Corruptors into Broodlords, and the Broodlords from the back might be able to take out these Stalkers, definitely take out the Immortals, although he just lost his natural.
Yeah, he's in deep trouble now, though. Is Hemlock... Those Broodlords are going to be his only chance now, and they might do a little bit, but that's still a decent number of Stalkers. And they blink right up to the front of the Broodlord line, quickly snipe 1, 2.
And 2 more still alive, but they are very far away, and they're blinking in. That's it. All the Broodlords are done. Corruptors can't do anything, and I think this is a game for Will. I think he's going to take this series.
Yeah, it looks like he is, So a little bit of a comeback there from Will, losing that first game, and a couple rounds on Tal'Darim Altar later. Here he is now finishing off the hive of Hemlock. Right now, Hemlock still has a lot of bases. He's still mining at one of these bases, so he's probably still thinking there's some chance, perhaps, that he can do something, but with just out any structures.
He has no tech. Yeah, no tech, that's the thing.
Really unable to make much of anything, and now there's just Protoss forces all over the map, so Hemlock gonna have to call a good game here, hopefully in the next minute or two.
He has so many minerals, just couldn't spend it fast enough. I think his timing, he had the 2 evolution chambers early, but he just couldn't get the upgrades out fast enough. Hemlock's doing his best to try to salvage this. Putting down another spawning pool, basically back to ground zero.
Yeah, and I think once the Protoss moves in and starts eliminating any of these mining bases, that's when it's going to really be lights out officially for Hemlock, and he's going to call it no matter what happens here, as the Protoss is on 200 and about to kill this third base over here at the 3 o'clock.
Yep, Stalkers need to move forward, blink in. Does burrow his drones, but there is an observer overhead. Wow, she need to blink those Stalkers in. Yeah. All his units getting clumped up. He's just basically attack moving. Yeah, there he goes. Pretty much it. And there goes GG.
So Will does take that semifinals for the winner's bracket. That will knock Hemlock down to the loser's bracket, so it's possible that he'll show up once again. We'll have to see. I haven't taken a look at the bracket in a while and see where we are exactly, but we'll be right back, guys, and try to find another game, figure out who is up and where we are in the bracket. I think we're just going to be waiting for the loser's bracket at this point to catch up.
Yeah, you're going to watch Cryptic actually beat Shibs, and I think he's going to play the winner of Wichgo Cataphract, and the winner of that will play Hemlock. I actually have to take a break. I apologize, but hopefully we'll make it back for the finals.
Sounds good, Norm. We'll catch up with you in just a little bit then.
All right, see you.
All right, see you soon. All right, everybody, Norm from Tested.com. Once again, make sure you guys go and check out Tested.com after the tournament, of course, and you'll find Norm and his buddy Will Smith with all kinds of cool content there, taking things apart, putting them back together, and all that cool stuff, tech-related. Let's see if we can find one of these games. So Cryptic, our former winner, looks like Cryptic did take out Shib, who we followed in a number of games. Unfortunately, Shib has gone down. Now Cryptic back in it. And we're going to go see if we can figure out where Cryptic or Wichgo and Cataphract are if they've played yet. Put some tunes on until we're ready.
Hello.
Oh, hey. Let's go to Mumble.